Motrimis mama la capre, motrimis mama la capre.
Previously on
Let's get it on! Yummy embezzlement. Now all three of our chieftains are bachelor prayer to Zalmoxis to give us a wife that doesn't hurt empire maintenance. I'm even too lazy to check. Look at this. The Howling Wolves joined the Stone Crows. Two big boy stacks. See what's up with the war, because there's a lot of soldiering but not enough warring. And Jordanos uncursed himself, but we will never forget. We will do that. And now we are poor again. They're fortifying. Interesting. Why fortifying the woods? You should have went back and replenished in your own lands. Who am I to judge their strategical geniusness? And since he got his new appointment, let's see if Zalmoxis is willing to forgive him and bless him with a wife. Oh, this is a good wife, so I guess Zalmoxis has forgiven. So let's hope this Finuzza won't get slapped. Do you smell this? Do you smell the scent of the musk of desperation? The scent of failure? No, Mr. Breucci King, we will not accept a peace from you. And I hope this means that they are selling out. Yes, desperation wins.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
And welcome to another exciting new episode of Let's Get It On. And in this episode, first of all, I'm curious, how do I sound? Because I had a guy help me with my sound difficulties, and quote unquote I should sound like silk on a baby's bottom. Well, disturbing imagery aside, I'm actually curious to how do I sound? Because if I do sound any better, I should hunt that guy down and burn him for witchcraft, because he is clearly a wizard. And we have all gathered here today on this lovely winter morning or afternoon in the Alps, because a long time ago, like 1,000 years ago, we had a war council. And in that council, we decided to officially go to war with the Breucci. And since then, we went to war with the Apulii, conquered our Segestica, our capital, and then went to war with the Erevisci, both really prolonged war. And now we have finally gathered our army and attacked our main war target. So why are we in the Alps? Aren't the Breucci somewhere in Pannonia? And yes, the answer is yes. They were, of course, at war with the Norii, which was one of the main reasons why we chose to attack them, because they were preoccupied. And by the time we finished our wars, they also finished theirs, and they conquered the Norii. So now we came here with the actual best intentions to lift the yoke of Breucci occupation over Noria. And we will actually, for the first time ever, actually release a nation if we manage to win this. And we should, because our army is vast, mostly made out of the monetary gifts that we got from the Dardanoi. So they actually paid for 90% of this army, at least the 90% that can actually fight. And since this is the first time that we will see in action this army, the true followers of Kotis, with their Dardanoi friends, we should introduce the army and our formation, which is a slightly warped jagged formation for the generation. So let's start with our left flank. I have this nifty drawing thingy that I never used, but now I will. Haha! So here we have our most the Komatai, our most basic beach spearmen. They hold the extreme left flank. And here we have not one, but two regiments of Xeno Scrum to make an Uber Xeno trap. And on our right flank, which will be the stronger flank, we have actual spearmen who know how to spear properly. Between them, in the gaps, we have our archer units, 1, 2, 3 archer units, and here we have slings. So hopefully they will bait enemy units, and behind them we have here we have here and here we have X-Men. So they will after they shoot, they will come and they will exchange places with them to help bait the enemy, and they will just come here and then start shooting from at a more interesting angle. Same with them. And in the middle we have, ooh, that was a very interesting line. I should stop that. In the center we have the Keltotration Cersols. These men can really fight. At least they're the best thing that we can offer at the moment, not including our reserves. Our reserves are our signature unit, the Folksmen, who are in this case the true followers of Kotis. These are the the Kotis chosen are with our king, so these are the Kogainun Guard. Welcome to the army. And on our flanks, we have our 2 units of youths, our Peltas, whose main job will be to come and pelt the enemy, while our reserves are here and they're supposed to react to where we will need them most. Which part of our line collapses first, they will come and assist, or if nothing collapses, they will just go and either flank from here or from here. And here we have our general. This is an archer general, it's called Katsa, with heavy missile cavalry, and the heavy part is no joke. They can actually hold their fight, and if you can see, they have really nice long spears. So this is an awesome unit. And we have more cavalry. On our right flank is just 1 unit of normal cavalry, similar to our pack. And because they're supposed to work in tandem with our general, but our general will first shoot at our incoming enemies and then join the flank and have fun. And on the other flank, on the left, we have the actual flanking force, 1 unit of the mercenary cavalry, which are really good, and 1 unit of our normal horses. And that's the army. And despite me talking about the tactics and the formation for like 7 hours, and then as soon as I'm pause, we just throw everything, throw caution to the wind, and throw our game plan. This won't happen, despite the running joke. We'll actually stick to our actual war plan and hit them where it hurts, which is in their faces and in their everything. The enemy is coming to meet us. They don't have anything that we haven't seen yet, just a lot of people like this. Celts. I think they also have at least 2 units of townsfolk. Yeah, these are townsfolk with the little daggers and lots of heart. And this is actually quite a battered army. They have a lot of units that are not full. So this is just supposed to be a warm-up for this army, or will they fail to perform and suffer severe casualties? Only Zalmoxis knows. Yeah, look, this is like a generally horse. Even though we could have stuck for long, no, we will implement plan A and look how nice it looks. Chef's kiss. And now we are just throwing pylons. Sadly, we're just throwing them at mostly unarmed people, and now charging at them with our axes because we hate them. Oh, but he killed them despite the nasty effect. Yeah, because we hate them for taking over the Noria lands. This is the slings, I think. Yeah, breaking contact. And here we are, 1 dog incident later. My lovely dog, she came to the PC and pressed the 1 button that stops everything. So yay, we get to see everything all over again. Or at least most of it, because I don't know how my recording reacts to everything stopping. So that will be interesting. Let's follow the enemy cavalry. Luckily for us, they are only half at half strength, and we did our baiting, our master baiting, just according to the plan. We baited them with a lighter enemy, a lighter unit. Then they charged them, and we came from hidden from the bushes, from under the Ukrainian trees. We came and hit them, and then we countercharged into the side, and yeah, that doesn't look good. It's still really hard to differentiate the combatants. Really, the Dacians and the Celts look almost the same. Some might even say they are very similar people. Call them all barbarians and stuff, but we know the difference. It's like the difference between a goat and a sheep. We know. And let's see, in the main field of battle, up in the mountains of, and what lovely mountains, the Alps. And I guess we should address why aren't we taking over, because we are, this is at just at the gates at the world city of Noria, and we can take it over, because we will probably win this, hopefully. And why aren't we? And she did it again. Then my dog came to apologize, because she saw I was a bit upset. And while apologizing and loving me dearly, she pressed with her tail at the power button again. So yay! We get to see this again! And I think I was talking about how and why we don't really want to rule the Alps. Because I don't know if you know, but the Alps are in the middle of the Europe. Yes? And we are slightly to the east of the Europe. And if we get some kind of a really bulgy, like a baguette looking empire, and above us we will have hostile Germans, and below us we will have hostile Romans and Illyrians and Greeks and whatnot, and to the west we will have hostile Gauls, and it will be really hard to rule the baguette. So we don't want a baguette shaped empire, at least not for now. So this is why we prefer to establish, oh, this is a nice charge. Yeah, these are professional men, and I think they are fighting other professional men. Are just a unit of spear, or are these swordsmen? Yeah, these are Celtic warriors, or at least what's left of them. And let's look what's happening on this flank. Just everything is working according to plan. Yeah, the king was shooting from here. This is another king. This is Komikatsa. Need to get used to that. He's shooting at this unit, helping our strong spears to deal with them, and it worked like a charm. The only thing that kind of we had to improvise were these two half strength unit of spear that were in the way. But I think they were also didn't know what to do, so they just got a sandwich between everybody. So let's take a moment and follow our mercenary camp for a moment, because they will be a main force in this army, similar to how Kostiko is in our loyal Getaean army. So let's get to know them a bit more intimately. They are actually Dardanoi, since we converted their gifts in gold into fighting men. It was only proper that we will hire some of their kin. I chose the name of the leader to be Pinetes, and for those in the know, and I honestly doubt there are many, Pinetes is kind of a fitting name for an Illyrian fighting the Breuci. Since in reality, in real history, let me just put on my Ogad the Explorer hat for a moment. Back in Roman times, there were two BFFs, Pinetes the Illyrian and Baton the Breuci. They were such good friends that they did everything together, like rebelling against Roma. It was all great fun until one day Baton betrayed Pinetes and gave him up to the Romans, earning himself the title of the King of the Breuci. And you know, most people still talk about what a guy named Brutus did, but let's not forget what Baton did. Now, hopefully, we will rewrite history with this Pinetes. Or not, maybe he will meet an unglorious death. Who knows? Who knows? Zalmoxis knows. And here we see him mowing down the enemy archers. All the Breucci must die and fall before the hooves of our glorious mercenaries. All hail King Tarbus, all hail General Kamikaze, and all hail what rank is a leader of a mercenary group? I don't know. All hail Captain, all hail Captain Pinetes. And look at the glorious cinematic view of this slaughtering. Everything went according to plan. They were still fighting here. I guess they were threatening again. And this time we are chasing the enemy because we want, because we kind of need to. We need to get a lot of income. Every one of these that we catch now, a fleeing enemy, we can ransom back to the ReShade I and earn a nice course, a nice purse for them. So yeah, and while we are doing that, we are of course getting ready to celebrate our victory. So I think the Noria should be really grateful that Zalmoxis chose to have us intervene in their name and liberate them from under the yoke of the Breucci, and we did it with quite success. I think we lost like 200 men. And welcome to the best parts of these videos, the showing of the numbers. I don't really think we should celebrate an MVP, because everybody basically just did their job, but if there was an MVP unit, it would go to the Kugainon Guard, our Folksman, who did 418 kills, which is amazing. They just, wherever they go, they just cut down all the opposition. And in this case the opposition wasn't great, but still they cut them in pieces. But the weakness of this army already appears: the high attrition rate of our main line. Both the Komatai and one unit of the Xenoscum lost about 20% of their combatants, which isn't great, but that's the price you have to pay for not paying wages to proper soldiers, I guess. So yeah, this is a huge glaring weakness of this kind of army. An army on a budget. Mostly a really bad front line, and quite a few actually professional men who can actually fight. But hopefully, if everything goes well for us, at least, this army would be mostly on the defense. And of course we will ransom these Breucci bastards. Hopefully they can afford to pay for themselves, and hopefully you will join me in the next exciting episodes of Let's Get It On, where we will get Noria and give it back.